My name is Arnab Mukherjee. I'm with the faculty at the Center for Public Policy at the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. We've been hosting hackathons for the last couple of years now. The idea for a hackathon is to essentially use skills of multiple sectors really to come in and try to look at large publicly available data and build tools which are going to be helpful in the policy domain. Historically, we had been hosting just the policy hack. The policy hack is an event in which we make available open data sets like the census data or the consumption files from the National Sample Survey Organization's data collection initiatives, and we let multidisciplinary teams loose on this data for a 24-hour period. The idea would be that you spend this 24 hours to look at documenting a big public policy issue like in health or in education or in anything that you might find evidence of in the data, and subsequently write up a evidence-based or data-based solution for this event. This year we're going to have a second track. We've titled the track App for Governance. The idea for the App for Governance is to provide you with a big policy issue which can be tackled looking at all kinds of technologies, writing code for a phone app or looking at a web portal or anything else that you could really think of, and to have a similarly 24 hours parallel event over which you actually look at developing this in much greater detail. So what would be an example of something like this? Think about the I Paid a Bribe website. The I Paid a Bribe website is a fantastic tool that you can use to figure out not only where corruption is located, but also what is the level of corruption. You not only know in which departments corruption is occurring, at which levels it's occurring, and what's the price of corruption. So we'll be providing a similar statement, a case really, with which you will be looking at crowdsourced solutions to addressing a governance challenge. So this is going to happen on the 9th and 10th of August. We'll be starting off at 2 in the afternoon. We'll be introducing these events, and you'll have till Sunday afternoon to hack away at either of these two events. So looking forward to seeing you on the 9th. Please do come by. See you on the IMB campus.
Hello, I'm Hema Swaminathan, Assistant Professor at the Center for Public Policy. You just heard my colleague speak about the Policy Hackathon at CPP conference. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about it, but from the jury perspective. I've served on the jury for a couple of years, so I'm going to give you a few tips and insights on what we are really looking for. I'm going to be on the jury again this year. So I'm going to be talking only about the Policy Hackathon part of it. So what we want is really a good policy question that is data driven. So you'll be given some open access data sets, and you're going to be having to work with it. So come up with a creative question that is of relevance to India today, a social problem that you've been thinking about, that's been in the news. Pick on something like that, and then use the data to speak about this problem, to show why you think this is a problem. So bring the data to bear on it, and also look for solutions within the problems. So we are really looking for a good problem, an analysis of the problem, why that is important, and what might be some effective solutions or policy interventions that can take us a little closer towards solving this issue. Of course, we are not looking for the complete solutions, but your thoughts on how this issue would be approached. And a few thoughts also on team formation. So you want someone who's a good number cruncher, someone who can creatively think in the social sector space, think of a social issue that is of pressing need. So you don't want someone who's such a geeky number cruncher that he or she doesn't think about a social problem at all, and someone who can write well, because their final product on what you will be judged is also your written policy memo, right? So affecting writing and communication skills are just as important in this team formation. Let me give you a couple of examples of our prize-winning hackathon entries. So a couple of years ago, we had a team that looked at LPG subsidies who had cornered the LPG subsidies, and the results that they found were that it was not really the poor who were benefiting, but really the middle class and the upper middle class who were cornering LPG subsidies. And this was a burning debate at that time. They had a very good analysis, simple but effective, and a good policy memo to back it up as well. And then we also had a group that looked at the profile of people who are investing in gold. As you know, people invest a lot in gold in India, they're just buying gold. And then looking at the profile of these people who are investing in gold and trying to think of offering financial products that would serve as a substitute for this gold investment, so that instead of locking your money in gold, which is not very productive, you're now investing your money in actual financial and savings products. And then last year we also had a group that was looking at electrification and its impact on education, two very important issues in India. So when you're thinking of your team, try and form multidisciplinary teams as far as possible, so that you are having people from various backgrounds come in with different skill sets. If you don't have such a team in mind already, don't despair. We'll help you with your team formation. Just come a little early, presumably maybe by noon on that day. And then we'll try and help you form a team by introducing you to other participants in the hackathon. Looking forward to your participation in the hackathon. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Sridhar Pabishetty. I am an alumni of IIM Bangalore. 3 years ago, when I was the CEO of Center for Public Policy, I and a few others at IIM Bangalore, we started the annual policy hackathon. This is a great opportunity for people who are concerned about the way the government works to come together and look at efficacy of the government policies and suggest ways in which it could be changed and backed by solid evidence. My inspiration to become part of this journey started when I looked at how governments across the world were modernizing the way they function. When John Major introduced citizen charters in the 90s, his prime focus was of saying for every pound that was invested in the government budgets, how could it result in citizens being more sure of the service they will get, and how could the government servant be very confident of his ability to serve this request. Fast forward to 2010, on January 14th, in the White House, 50 CEOs from across US were invited to work with government officials and were hosted by Obama in identifying what is the way of modernizing government. When world over the governments are rethinking on their role, India is also going to go through this phase. It's time in India we stopped putting our money behind ideological backed policies, but based on strong evidence of which are the right policies that India needs and are our actions resulting in the desired results. So this is an amazing opportunity for any one of you who have an opinion of how government should function, what policies it should take up and how it should be implemented, to come join hands with like-minded individuals with different skill sets. You may not know anything about government, but come learn about it. You may know something about government, but you might not have the skills to compute and crunch large data sets. Doesn't matter. Team up with people who have that skills. And this year we are going to launch something very interesting, which is an app for governance. This will give you an opportunity to merge the emerging data sets from various government departments into something meaningful and easy to use app that will make your own life or somebody like yours life better by organizing information in a very useful way. One of the earlier successes in open data that emerged from Finland was when a government agency threw up data of all the toilets in Finland. A smart young woman looked at it and said, "Oh, I often need to know which is the nearest public toilet that I have." So she used the new developments of location-aware mobile devices and built an app which directed her to the nearest public toilet. So these are kind of very, very simple stuff that could be reimagined for India, redone for India, and what better way for us than us to be part of the solution for solving India's problems. Come join us.